Hey, I was going to show you some of my new purchases, Gracie Rose. As you remember, there was the coffee table and the carpet the last time, but I did technically get my couches to show up. So, yeah. And keyboard's missing because it is in service down the street at the only Fix-It studio that they have in the state of Arizona. Just happened to move within a mile away. Other things that I've gotten, I know I told you about the Scarlett, so it's here. So essentially there's the convenient ones up front, and then there's also all that. Now you can do basically microphone, keyboard, all that shit. Now, this is pretty cool because it does the speaker here, and then you can just do the headphones independently. So if you don't want to wake up your neighbors, then you use the headphones and get work done anyways. I was also going to show off this today. Now this is the Boss VE22. Now originally I was getting all of those, talking about those in length, and then I saw this one. This one's like $500, but it's the Boss. And so I was just gonna give you a demo. Now, the reason why one of these is important is because when you're adding it to music, the voice is enhanced by electronics. So you're gonna be getting essentially feathers like fanning out from the voice in both directions. So kind of intertwines with the sound of the background music. So there's a lot of professional songs out there that have a vocoder. They just make sure to hide it in stuff like this. Now, all of these are considered, this is what you generally will always find a stomp ability. That's because they have it on stage and they stomp it when they want it to work, and then stomp it again when they want it to turn off. So, they use it during the chorus and then take it off after the chorus and such. So they're used in all professional songs. Now this just happens to be a 2025 release. And so what you're getting is like 60 different options. And then with every option you have 3 different effects that you can add to your liking. Like if, for instance, you look at it changing. So you have just basically a room like hello, hello, hello. And then you add the effect, hello, hello, hello. And hold on, let me turn down the sound. And also I think you gotta like fuck up the gain or some shit. It's gonna do that. So we're in the 1, so we gotta do that one. Hello, 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 hello. And that always changes everything, but hello, hello. Hello, hello. And then you have options on how much the degree of each item is. Like, just keep on going. Hello, hello, hello. And then the echo. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. And it just basically just goes into a bunch of different ones. Hello, hello, hello. It'll give you their best suggestion first. Hello, hello, hello. And then you can just add this. Hello, hello. Sort of it basically enhances it. Hello, and then there's hello, hello, hello. Adds a duplicate voice. So you can hear the after voice afterwards. Let me try and turn it up without it making that sound. Hello, hello, hello. And then, so yeah, there's this. Hello, hello. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. And, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. And that's the kind of shit that goes into the song that you never even really pick up on. But let me just show you, the names of all of them. So We'll go back to where we were. Watch this one. Hello. Ooh. Let's see if we can get it to work. This is vibrato. Effect is on. Ooh. Oh, that's too much. Watch this. So if you just do a flat tone, it'll give you a vibrato. Ooh. Come on. A little much. Ooh. So you're singing along, and then you have it turned off, right? You're like recording a song, right? Hello, yeah, 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 yeah. So if you can't sing for shit, this will make sure you can sing. You just got to make sure you know what you're doing. And then, so these aren't just like words, they have different options. Like some of these will have like a very good sound to them. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. And then there's always this. Hello, hello, hello. Oh. Let's see. Hello, hello. Yeah, listen to that. Hello, hello. And that's before you even mess with like the degree, you know. That's what it starts out as. So we can go like what does it do? Hello? Hello? And all this shit matters when you're making a song and shit. Another thing that is good, that you might be interested in knowing is, this has what's called input that is right here called auxiliary in. Now let's say hypothetically, oh, you want to see something cool? This is a Zoom. Now this is a Zoom H4. So now obviously, sorry, I should have been more prepared. How do I turn this on? Oh, here it is. Now this is movie quality.
Battery level high. Red standby.
But essentially you just press the record, boom, and if you're done, you save it as an MP3, right? And then you go into, it's got all these inputs. You can send that shit into here using a auxiliary in, and press play, and it will add an echo effect to a pre-recorded audio file. So let's say I sing a song all the way through 3.5 minutes, and I get my vocoder in there, and I'm just like, I sound pretty good, but I wanted to also now do one with an echo, a separate one altogether. But you don't want to re-sing the song in the microphone. You're like, dang it, I didn't do as good. But you want it to be still, you don't want the added pressure, right? You send the same song through and change the effect. You send the same song through and change the effect. Now, the cool thing is, when you have like all these different ones that you want, you go into, now this is Vocaloid, so this is the building of the song, but we're talking like keyboard shit, right? Oh. So now you go into DaVinci Resolve, and this is, you can use a lot of different ones like Cubase and Bitwig, but I like DaVinci Resolve. Anyways, so you bring all your MP3 files that are all rendered and now have different vocoders. And I know what you're thinking. Well, can't you use Vocaloid? You could use Vocaloid too. It does MP3s. You can, if you want to, you can splice and all that shit. But because, I'm planning on using different software programs because I'm just weird. But you layer them all on top of each other, all these audios, Now this is obviously something that you would use after you've used Vocaloid. Now what you do is, once you have it in Vocaloid, and you have it then saved, when you want to make your version, you listen to your own Vocaloid song, mastered, 3.5 minutes long. It's got the empty spaces. It's all a song, right? But you don't want this to hear you. You don't want this to hear the Vocaloid version. So you have your fake song in your ear. You sing the same lyrics with their over the top of it, and the machine will never know. And then you take that and you record it 5 different ways, adding effects in 5 different ways, right? Well, then you come in here, and there's, the usual place where you make shit. Now, when you want to actually do audio, it's down here. It's called Fairlight. Now, once in here, you just basically go grab your audio files by you got to do media pools, good effects. And then you basically, you got to go looking for your audio file, right? Now, everything basically becomes lines right here. Like, boom, boom, boom. I've already done it. Boom, 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 boom. Now, the reason why I like using it in DaVinci Resolve is because of their splicing ability and all that shit. But you can cut different areas and make the volumes different. So if you only have one effect that isn't your favorite, but you like it a little bit, then make it sure it's barely there. If you have one that you just want the end word because it has a good echo, then you cut that part, and then you keep that one, you raise the volume up, and you always can do gradual volume fade-ins and fade-outs. So essentially, you can make it sound professional, because you know that that's what they're doing anyways. You're just figuring it out very slowly. That's generally that. I just wanted to show you this is where I would be doing a lot of my work. Now, there was also the Vocaloid. Now, if you're hearing, the reason why I have a huge mouse, I'll show you in a minute. But here's something interesting. So there was a little bit of a catch before since the last time I talked to you. I ordered this and all that, and I own it and all that. But for some reason, this was gray, and I'm like, why? And then I noticed when people were doing their YouTubes that I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, because the things they were talking about weren't on my screen. And I'm like, why aren't those on my screen? Why does their interface look different than mine? So, I Googled a lot, and I found out that you need to be using one of these, and it's grayed out. So I found out that in order to get that, I had to order from the same company, Vocaloid, my own independent voice. And they had a lot of Japan ones. There was 35 of them, and one English-speaking male and one English-speaking female. So I had to pay $100 to get an English-speaking female. And she sounds great, man. I've already tested her out. But now, if you do this, and then you say create, the interface is way different. So, you got, and I got to change my, I think that will work. Very loud. So once you have these things, I'll hear la la. And then you go up here and there's inspector. There's the inspector. And this is the part that I was missing since talking to you last. So let's see what that does. So I just put it right here. You can do this one. Oh, did I do it? Hold on. Oh, I gotta do this. And then you gotta do let's do this one. I think that you just gotta, oh, now I know what's going on. You have to have it selected. I'm used to DaVinci Resolve. You gotta drag and drop. So now this one's assigned. That's why it changed. So essentially you got to bring it all the way back to the beginning and shit, and then you listen to it. Yeah. And I credit you because when I since doing the last video for you or text to you, I was like kind of frustrated because I didn't know why they were showing YouTubes where these dudes were dragging these things or using these things. I'm like, fuck. But anyways, I don't know. I kind of was motivated, so it got me like into a 3-hour session of like trying to figure it out. And I knew it, and then I found out I had to pay $100 to get a voice, and that's the girl that I paid $100 for. That's her. She's amazing. So yeah, now I have Microsoft Word that's supposed to show up any minute now, but I don't want to pay the monthly fee, so I had to order like a 2010 version. And that way I can finish an entire song in Microsoft Word. I didn't want to use the 365 where it's like $15 a month. It's annoying. That's not how I was raised. So I wanted my own, and now it's going to arrive. And then I have a separate DVD burner that you basically plug in here, and then it rips it, and then I got to look. It's still going. I forgot to put it on a loop. But anyways, it'll burn it onto there, and then I'll have the forever copy. But the reason why I was going to show you the mouse, I was sitting on the couch after I talked to you, and I'm like, man, I want to write from my living room. That's how I used to write, and literally, actually, it's interesting, but it was 2010. How strange, what a coincidence. But I went through this bout for a year where I wrote every day, and I basically was doing it for like 12 songs a day for celebrities, and I can concentrate on someone, and then I can use their thoughts, and then I can make a song as if they're saying it. It's a unique ability. But anyways, I did a lot that year. And so it's been a long time, but I can still do it. I'm really good at it. But I was doing it from my couch back then, and I had a computer on my nightstand, and I'm like, I want to bring my computer over here. So I was like ordering a transmitter that I sent back because it didn't work. And then I found out accidentally that, so I was on the computer, and then they're like, dude, you got to press like Command K, right? And then they're like, now go in here and find your transmitter. And I'm like, it's not here. But I did find my Roku Premiere, right? So I like double clicked on it, and I was like watching my TV. Let's see if it does it. Hold on. Yeah. So my Roku TV did that. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Dude, my Roku, everyone that owns a Roku, this is me. That's my Roku. Right? Look. It just fucking worked, even though I spent all that time on a ordering a transmitter. Now here's the problem that I ran into. Look at the screen jump. I'm not moving my camera. It like breathes. I'm not moving my camera. And then I couldn't see my mouse, so I raised my mouse. So this is my mouse now. See it? So I was like, okay, I can maybe work with this, okay. So I found out that you can get a separate keyboard and a separate mouse and have these be here also, and both work. So check this shit out. Boom. And then hold on. Oh wait, I turned it off. Hold on. Maybe, yeah, see, it's glitchy. And that's the problem that I was running into. Hold on. Yeah, so it's got a delay and shit. But I was addicted at that point. So I ordered yesterday a 50-foot HDMI cord, and I'm gonna send it all the way up, all the way around, and all the way down to here. And then we'll get here tomorrow. So essentially, I can be chilling, right, on my couch, right? La la, da na 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 na, la 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 la, and then la 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 la, na 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 na. Boom. And check this shit out. I don't know if the mouse will work. It's got like, so I had to send back the transmitter. Anyways, I don't know. It's being funnier than usual. But anyways, I can. Oh, there it is. So let's see. I can drag that down to there ordinarily. See, now it's doing it. I'm not even touching it. And that's the glitchiness. So I can drag that onto the panels right now, and the sound comes out of my sound bar. Let's see if I can get it to work. Work, please. Go. And this is the single reason why I ordered the... Come on. Let's see. It'll work. I don't know if my shit's muted. No. But anyways, it's worse than it ever has been. And it was popping off my TV. It was turning off my TV. So to make a long story short, once the HDMI cord shows up, it's got a lot of pressure to deal with. But anyways, once the HDMI cord shows up, because I know it works because I put my laptop away, but I used to bring my laptop over and use an HDMI cord. It works great. So I'm going to have to do that, and once that happens, then I'll have my Microsoft Word, then I'll have Vocaloid, and the sound will come out over here, and I can get all my work done right there. I'm excited. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an update. I thought of a lot of things that are the progressive things that you need to do. So there's basically nothing to do except for think. So I just plan and plan and plan and plan and plan and plan. My twin brother got all the college and I got something else entirely. So this is just my only ticket. So it's nice to have you involved. I'll definitely do my best and try and get you all squared away.